Hello everyone, Axel here. Today I'm back with a new video. As you've seen in the title, today we will go through my entire photocards collection. I try to do this twice a year to kind of show my progress and also kind of for me, to go back and see what my photocard collection looked like. I don't know, a year ago, for example. It's really nice to see like everything that I've done, and also like kind of judge the me of the present for like every bad decision she's made since that last photocard video. If you're new to this channel, I should warn you that I'm a bit banana bonkers when it comes to photocards. Yeah, currently I have 8 like big A4 photocard binders like this one and 3 smaller A5 binders. We are going to go through the big binders first and then the smaller ones. It's not what makes the most sense like collection wise, but because I have to zoom in for the smaller ones, it's easier to just zoom in at the end. I have to go on a little story time here, so if you want to skip, I will put the timestamps down below. But if you follow me, you may have noticed that I haven't posted in a while, and it's a bit embarrassing, but I accidentally got logged out of my YouTube account and I couldn't get back in. And for like 3 weeks, a bit more than that actually, I really thought that it was over and that my channel was gone forever. I have some friends I talked about my YouTube channel, and I told them like, my YouTube life is over, it's behind me, and 2 years of hard work gone. I was very dramatic about it as always. And then the other day, I was going to buy some shoes, which is not something that happens to me really often. In fact, it never happens. So I was on one big shoe website, and you know how websites often like show a pop-up where they're like, if you give us your email, you will have a code to get like 20% off, and we just have to send you like a ton of emails about our website. And since I knew I really wanted shoes, I really needed shoes, I said yes. And when I clicked on the little box, it suggested me my main email that I use on every website, but also another email. And when I saw it, I was like, that's actually that one that I've used for my YouTube channel and not the one I was trying to log in with. I don't know if it makes sense, but yeah. And then after that, I tried to log in and it worked, and that's why I'm here. But yeah, so during that time, there's a lot of things that I didn't film. There's also things that I had filmed that I would have posted, but are like a bit out of date now, so it's a bit complicated. I don't really know what I'm going to do with all those clips. And also, I'm going to mention it because why not? But I'm leaving for a trip at the end of June. The date is very important, and so I won't be able to like film or edit or do anything really K-pop related or this channel related for 2 or 3 weeks, I'd say. So yeah.
Hey everyone, editing Axel here, just to add a quick note. When I filmed this video, I really thought I had the time to edit everything and post it before I left for my trip. But as you can see by the date, I didn't. France was hit by a heat wave, a pretty bad one, so yeah, I was like too lazy to do anything, and also I had to pack and everything, so that was like a struggle. I'm back from my trip actually now, but keep in mind that everything everything you're about to hear and see was filmed at the end of June.
Now that all of that is out, let's focus on my collections. I mentioned that there's been a few changes, and I'll talk a bit about those changes. Some of them are pretty big. I entered a new group, but it's really not going to be a surprise for anyone who it is. And I changed like orders of collection. I've taken things out of A5 binder, I put them in big binders and put what was in big binders in A5 binders. It was a mess, but we're going to look at all of that now, and we're going to start with my Loona collection. Oh yes, a quick intro, in case you're new to this channel. My alt groups are Loona, formerly One, GWSN, billlie, and monsta. Monsta is the new part, and I consider alt biases yeojin of Loona, who is really my alt of alts, like I collect her very thoroughly, and eunbi, who is also one of my alt biases. So we are going to start with my Loona collection. It's a big part of my collections. There's two big A4 binders like this and one A5 binder that we will see at the end. Once again, you've got timestamps to jump in or out, look at what you're interested in. For most of those cards, I'm not going to go in explicit detail about what everything is, but if you have any questions, leave me a comment with the timestamps and description of the card, and I'll do my best to tell you what it's from. Let's get in there. So for yeojin, I mentioned that I collect her as thoroughly as possible, and she has her own section that is the first part of the binder, so right now you're going to see mostly her. On this first page, as you can see, I have all of her pre-debut cards with one of the little tendons booklets. This was a bit hard to complete, honestly, when I did it, but I feel like this would be hell now. Basically, I got most of those when there was a reprint of the Loona albums, and now I know that they're a lot harder to find, so yeah. I'm really happy that I have all that. Same with all those cards. I don't collect her limited cards, like unit cards, mostly because by the time I wanted to get them, they were too expensive. As you can see, I've got her plus card, including the unit 1, her multiply cards, which are probably the most expensive ones now on this page, and her hash set, including the MMT pre-order card, which was kind of, foreboding. It was kind of a bad omen, I guess you could say. Then we move on to the eras where Loona started to have a lot of cards. As you saw, yeojin had 2 cards for each album, and suddenly we moved to 12. So here we have all of 12 cards for the first 2 versions, so A and B, and the 2 other sets, so that's the midnight cards. As you can see, I collect all of our pubs. Lord have mercy on my soul. For this era, for example, it wasn't too hard. As you can see, we've got a 9 page of cards, and there was like 1 or 2 postcards, so nothing too bad. For their end comeback, as you can see, I've got all the cards, including the infamous Birding card. Yes, I got her, and I didn't overpay for her, and I will always be extremely grateful to the person that sold her to me. I also have this card, which I I found the froggy yeojin card a lot cuter than Beijing card, to be honest. But yeah. And then we've got a page full of her pubs, and once again, so nice and reasonable. A postcard and a big black film strip thing, and that was all. Good times. Good times, good times. And then next era, we've got her hula hoop cards. Since there's only 3 cards for hula hoop, so the limited version card, the member version card, they did one fan sign with Mexta, I think. So this is that card. Since it was only 3 cards, it looked kind of like, you know, empty, so I put the other cards I had from that era here, so I thought show here and go on. Get starring for this episode, and that's it for the album cards. I haven't set up for Luna's comeback yet, flip that, I'm extremely excited about it. The teasers are incredible. There's 2 things that make me a bit, first I'll mention my trip in June. I basically leave the day, basically on the 20th at 5 a.m. I have to take the train for my trip, and I'll be on the train all day, so yeah, I don't know how following the comeback will work. They already have more pubs than I think the last 2 eras combined. Like, you saw a full page of 9 and then a page of 7. They don't have that, but they're like, they almost have that. And we are not even like at the fan signs stage yet, so yeah. But well, we're going to go through quickly now. This is like more the merch part. I try to be as thorough as possible with those, but well, there's a few items that I'm still missing. Actually, we have a few things on the way, but yeah. So those were the cards for the premiere getting, meet and up, the Ash set, showcase set, the Polaroid for Luna Studio and meet and up, line and up. The names are kind of stupid, I can never remember. The Luna Island Polaroids, and those are so cute. The Orbit 2.0 photo card, the light stick card, and the other light stick card she had with Baby. More recent random merch, the on wayv cards. Those 2 are on wayv too. That's the Orbit Japan pre-order benefit for the season's greetings, and those are the first anniversary cards for the light stick. Yeah. And we've got this small page with the 2 photo book cards. It looks a bit stupid right now because I just have those 2, but I'm going to add some things at some point. Then the cinema theory transparent cards, and a lot of things. I'm just going to go through the bigger inclusions like this. I have 2 other chaeyeon postcards on the way. That's really exciting because I've been looking for them for a long time. But yeah, so many things. I just put those 2. It's really not the same era, but since there was some orange. And then the bigger Luna's posters. Okay, now we move on to the more like general Luna section. So my second bias in Luna is Hustle, so I also collect her cards. I'm not getting everything for her, especially for her older cards, because it's a bit hard to find, but I've got this nice page where I have some of her pre-debut cards. This one from her solo, Love and Evil, plus, and some of the cards she had with Baby. And then I kept I bought all of the albums once at least, so I've got like a lot of photocards, and I kept everything I had. I also bought a few, as you can see. I've got yeojin's set, but yeah, there was a point back in the past where I wanted to like collect it more thoroughly and have maybe all the pre-debut cards, but yeah, that would be really hard. This page is a bit random, but it's basically the group cards that I have that are like, or unit cards that are on here, including yes the 2. Plus limited cards. This card is the very first photo card I've ever pulled. Then we've got the assortment of more random photo cards from, once again, albums that I bought, and I kept what I pulled. Then we've got some midnight photo cards. For midnight, I kept 2 cards per girl. Yeah, 2 cards per girl. So as you can see, we've got Yeojin, Yeonjin Weeekly, Kim Lip, Jinsul Shoeri, and then Eve Shu, Gowon, and Olivia Hay. Then we move on to End Era. As you can see, I collected Asol's cards. I plan to collect her cards too for next era, and I also collected Vivi's. Those cards, literally hell, it was so stressful to like try to find the other one, like find both of them without like getting a dupe. And then I collected 1 card for all the other girls, since it was a nice 9 pocket page. That was still very random, but we've got her Not Friends. So for Not Friends, I got all the versions, and as you can see, I got all the cards. I joined a group order basically to get like the full sets. And then I've put like the inclusions they had in their various albums here. Those 2 kids. I'm a bit more excited about what we are getting in this next album. And yeah, that's it for this binder. Now the second Loona binder. And yes, I said second Loona binder because, as you have noticed, the previous binder had Yeojin things and their album cards, really album stuffs, but I have a separate binder for all their non-album things, because, as I've said before, I am bonkers bananas, and so when they release like season's greetings, summer packages, their orbit kits too, I've been buying them basically. I haven't like gone back to get like what I didn't get before I started. I missed like the first 2 orbit kits, but that's it pretty much, since we start with the big A4 posters because I really like those actually. So those are from the first season greetings, the second season's greetings for 2021, sorry, and the third one. A bit sad that Hustle was only in one of them, really. Then we've got this Hustle basically. Then basically when Hustle was in hiatus, I was in my feels, and also I bought those cards when I really started collecting Loona, so like 2019, end of 2019, beginning of 2020. So those were like, there wasn't as many things you could buy, you know, and those were like pretty cheap. So yeah, I grabbed all of that, got that Vivi set too because it was really cheap. But then we have basically all the inclusions that came with all the sets I'm getting. You may know that Orbit 4.0 came out, but I haven't really gotten it yet. I don't think it has started to ship like internationally. I'm extremely excited because everything in there looks super cute. Speaking of super cute, we've got here, right here, my favorite yeojin card. But yeah, those are the cards from the summer package. Those are from our Midnight Festival, sorry, one of their online concerts. Really, really nice set. Those are from Orbit 3.0. And that's, yeah, the second part of Orbit 3.0. The summer package. I really love this hidden card. So yeah, for the summer package, there are Polaroids, and if you pre-ordered it, you've got a set of cards too. The photo card. Those were like postcards that came with the first season's greeting, summer package. I'm already mixing up everything in my head, and we're just on binder 2 out of 8. Postcards for the Lighstick first anniversary. I just kept what I got. More random things that I bought because I was missing a soul, and the big postcards they do for Orbit 3.0, and since Asol didn't get one because she wasn't active during that, and I had a 2.0 postcard, I put it here with yeojin. Then we've got just the rest of the girls. And gasp, more Asol merch that I randomly bought. When I bought those, the concert was still quite recent actually, so yeah. Then we've got a massive amount of photocards they released for the season's greetings. Basically every girl has 5. I try to organize them a bit so that it looks nice on a page instead of just like, you know, by number sets. But yeah, there's quite a lot. Especially because they've released 3 now. And now we're on the second season of greetings. And the third season greetings, most recent one. But yeah, I mentioned that Loona are my age group, and honestly, even though it's a lot of things, I'll like this collection, these binders in general. I really like the thing I cherish the most. I would sell everything else before I sell all that, but yeah. And after that we have oh yeah, the Loona on Wave, one of their online concerts had those like ticket things, so I put them here. And then those are the Loona Island pop-up store merch Polaroid. So yeah, that's it. That is on it. I will also an A5 binder for their trading cards that they released for their recent album, recent concert. But we'll look at that at the end. Let's move on to Now let's go look at the binder for my other alt girl groups. So we're going to take a look now at my IZ*ONE collection. So we're going to take a look now at my IZ*ONE collection. After Loona, IZ*ONE is my second biggest collection. Maybe bigger. There's a lot going on in there. So, I mentioned binder changes recently, and this one has actually had a few changes. I took some OT12 sets that I had in there out, and you will see them later. But basically, in this binder, I have my basically this album is for my IZ*ONE album cards collection mostly. For IZ*ONE, I mentioned that eunbi is my alt bias, but I also collected chaeyeon and hitomi. For the first era, I also collected the unit cards. As you can see, I kept this Nako card because I liked how the page looks, you know, with 4 solo cards and 4 units. But yeah, collecting 3 members of IZ*ONE. When I said that I was bonkers bananas, yeah, that was something definitely not something that I would do now. IZ*ONE was the second or third collection I started. Back then I only collected Loona, GWSN and IZ*ONE. It was a really long time ago. But yeah, on this page we've got the little duo cards they had for colories, and then the kino cards for the 3 girls that I collect. Then we move on to the second era, ateez. And yeah, so basically I have everything for chaeyeon, hitomi, and eunbi. And for bloomies, I saw a few people do a setup like this. Kind of like a full page spread, so I've been trying that out. And I really like how it looks, so yeah. Look how many cards Bloomies has! I still can't believe I collected all that! What the hell? What the heck? And then we have Oneirik Diary. Still a lot of cards. Collecting 3 members of a group is always very satisfying, I think. Don't listen to me when I say that, because don't collect 3 members. And yeah, so we keep going with Oneirik Diary. No, that was Oneirik, the first set. And yeah, sadly their last era as a group. So then we've got a few bigger inclusions. First, I collected the kino cards for eunbi, chaeyeon and hitomi. I didn't buy the kinos. I don't think I ever will, but yeah, I really like the cards. This is a very random Japan thing for eunbi that I got in a set and I put here and never moved it away from here. So then we've got the big card that came with the Blue's album. As you can see, I pulled Diana, so I kept hers. I happened to get all the polygon eunbi cards because I got them through sets that I bought. I really like those full cut card things, and I got yeojins to fill the page. Then the stickers. They had a lot of random inclusions. The weirdest thing ever were not like everyone at the same size. Got Sienna this time to fill the page. And now it's all inclusions that came from their concert keynotes. I don't really buy concert stuff, except for Loona and IZ*ONE, especially because IZ*ONE, since we knew that they were going to this band, it was a way to, like, get a few things, and also since I knew that I would never see them all together live, it kind of hurts to say that. I thought I should get those, so yeah. Those are from their two keynotes. Yeah, an Eric Theater, and I don't remember the name of the other one. And that's it for this binder. We're going to see the rest of my IZ*ONE collection in another binder. In two other binders, actually. So, in this binder is my other alt girl groups, so billlie, GWSN, and you will also see eunbi cards. That's one of the big changes that I mentioned in my binders. eunbi used to live in a A5 binders, but A5 binder. But honestly, the collection was already getting too big for the binder, and she releases a lot of things. She has like 20 cards per comeback, so I knew that it wouldn't be possible to keep going like that. So I decided to move her collection here. Basically for eunbi, I collected a bunch of like non-album cards for their for her IZ*ONE era. I'm not going to name everything because, like I said, most of the things I don't remember. I do know that those are the daikon cards, and since I had chaeyeon and hitomis, I decided to put them here to fill nicely the page. A lot of trading cards and all that. Yeah. If you wonder what something is, you can leave me a question in the comments below. Then we've got our album cards. I don't have everything. Especially because for open, the cards were honestly not that exciting. Like a lot of the cards were pretty similar. You could see like with the row in the middle. So yeah, I don't have everything. Those are the pre-order benefit cards, and those are a bunch of pops that I collected. And then here we have, on just one page, because I don't have a lot yet, the few cards that I have for most recent era colors, so 2 album cards and 2 pops. I joined a bunch of goes with the same person, so I'm waiting until everything arrives to them, so then send everything to me. So yeah, pretty soon this will fill up, and those are like her season's greetings pre-order benefits, and the 2 of the season's greetings cards, and the rest of the season's greetings card. A few bigger inclusions that I have for eunbi, so daikon postcards, and those stickers and the postcards that come after were for a photo book That came with Daikon Japan and Daikon Japan again, the first Daikon magazine. And Eyes on Me, something something. They had a million things that were called Eyes on Me. My eunbi collection is a bit... When she debuted as a soloist, I was really motivated to collect her thoroughly, but it's really not possible. If I find it, I'm going to show you like a template with all of her Eyes on cards on her like soloist cards, and you will understand the problem. If she was the only person I collected, I could do it, but it's not the case. So now let's move on to Billlie. Billlie really hit me hard and fast. I think I mentioned it a few times on the channel, but the one clip where I really joked about it, I don't think I'm going to post it here anymore, but yeah, so I decided to hold Billlie. Honestly, their debut album was so good, really one of my favorites this year, and I feel like they really improved even more with their second album. I really love Ginga Mingayo. I still listen to it daily. I really love the girls, they're really talented, and yeah, I have a lot of hopes in the future of Billlie. So yeah, let's go girls. And I collect full groups, so for the first era there were only 6, and it was only 2 sets. And then, for Ginga Mingayo, or the Collective Soul and Unconscious, yeah, that's the name of the album, I kept collecting everyone. Chaeyeon joined the group, so now it's 7. I'm still missing a few cards because there's a lot more. I have things coming on the way from group orders. Those are the little like ideas they had also. And those cards, don't look at how it's organized, but basically I'm collecting those also. Basically it was 1 card per album and there's 30 of them. So yeah. Then we've got like a few pages for pubs. So my bias in Billlie is Aruna. I want to try to collect as many pubs as I can for her, or at least a 9 pocket page. But when the era started, I hadn't quite decided on that. I joined someone's group order for the 3 unit cards for Dear My Muse. I think it was Dear My Muse, yeah. So I kept the 3 units. I really like them, so yeah. And I like having a set with everyone in it, you know. When I bought my own copies, it came with this card, and this is another card that I got through a go, because I got 2 slots and they got me Haruna's and her card. And then you will see that the situation is a bit... but yeah. There's a lot of Aulona cards that are still at bay, so it hasn't moved a lot. But we've got a few Ginga Mingayo cards, 1 card from the Village of Perception, and nothing for Snowy Night. It's at bay. I'm not finished with Snowy Night, but I really want to like... Once I have all the cards for Ginga Mingayo, like the album cards, I'll focus on Snowy Night. But yeah, in a very distant future. Then we move on to another group. GWSN, I've mentioned, were the second group that I started to collect. They're another one of my urge groups. I've been studying them pretty much since their debut. They're so precious to me. Yeah. As you can see, I made this little collage one day. I was feeling like creative. It happens like once a year. So for them I also collect 7 girls, so the full group. That's why I put them in the same binder as Billlie originally. The order is a bit different because for GWSN we start with the merch cards. So first those cards are from the album sleeve case thing. If you're a Gru, you know what I mean. Basically it's a thing where you could put your albums in, and it came with photocards. I got those 2 if I remember correctly, and since I've bought a few cards, So yeah, I've got Minju set and Lena set. I'm not decided on collecting absolutely those cards. I'm just like grabbing them when I see them up for sale. Same with this set. So these cards came with the first artist book, which is basically a photo book they released. This is the card I pulled, and those are two cards that I've bought since. These cards are from the past case, basically a little merch thing, and got these cards with it. Really cute. Okay, first of all, you may notice that I did a 6 pattern. Mia is very popular, and her cards are a lot more expensive than the other girls' cards, which is why I'm like not planning on getting her unless I see her for a really nice price, and then I'll change the pattern, but I highly doubt that it will happen. So yeah, I didn't really collect this set on purpose. It was just suddenly a bunch of people selling those cards on Mercari Japan, so I jumped. And then we move on to album cards. So this is the first set of album cards from the Park in the Night, part 1. You maybe can see a bit, but those are like transparent plastic cards, and I put a bit of paper behind to like see them, because yeah, they're transparent. And then the second set were those little cards. As you can see, they're really tiny, and I finally have this set complete because I've managed to find the group cards. So yeah, it's the only time they've done a group card. Now we've got the Park in the Night part 2. As you can see, this so card is signed. It's my only signed photo card, like outside of a specific set we will see later, but yeah, still the card in the Park in the Night part 2, Park in the Night part 3, and the keys. For the keys, Soso wasn't active in a group, so I found someone I follow did like a set of replicas for her, so I joined the group order and got those. But yeah, still the keys, so they did all the cards to match the rest. And the girls did one fan sign for the keys. Actually joined a group order for Sokyung's card. Yeah, so I have that one on the way. And yeah, I left a spot for Mia, but I'm never getting her. But yeah, for now I have those 4. And then we have the other side of the moon, their most recent era. It hurts a bit to say that because it was a year ago, but yeah. And yeah, the second set for the other side of the moon. And they only had one pre-order set for the other side of the moon, and it was those cards. They were all signed, so yeah. But basically every store, like they did fan signs with different stores, and every store you got those cards. And then we got a bunch of inclusions. GWSN albums used to come with like a lot of stuff in, so yeah, I don't particularly collect everything, but I've just kept all I got. And the end. So this binder is brand new. Actually, you've never seen that color before. I didn't really want to get this color, but when I went to the store, it was the only one left. Or like really ugly ones. This has a few girl groups, and then I have another binder with other girl groups. There's no logic with how it was divided. It's just that it was too much for one binder, you know. So yeah. For red velvet, as you can see, I collect Solgi. I used to, at first I wanted to collect her like pretty thoroughly, but honestly, getting older, red velvet cards, especially for Solgi, since she's like one of the very expensive members, is a bit hard, so I kind of gave up. I kept the cards that I got because they're really cute. but I'm just focusing on like getting a new cards for a new era. So we've got the first set of cards, second one with 2 finally cards. That's a lot. I still daydream sometimes about ever getting the glitter tears photocards, but yeah. Then we've got a few cards for her unit album with Irene and her cards for Kingdom. Here we have the card I pulled for Feel My Rhythm. I actually have the 2 other on the way at Bye, and I left this pod empty for one other SMCU cards that I have on the way also. After Solgay, we've got another group that I love a lot. It's Saturday. For Saturday, I collected 5, so the 5 members that are currently active. So yeah, I finished the set for a while now. It really wasn't too difficult. So this is a set of their first album's cards. It was the Young album, and then the cards for their DBDB album, and cards for Only You. Since Saturday at 5 and they had 2 cards per album, each girls are 2 cards per album, it was 10 cards in total, and yeah, I needed a space to put like 2 extra cards, so I've done like this pattern with the Only You cards. Since they are only 5, I'm pretty optimistic about Saturday. Unless you're a Sunday, you probably don't know, but they've been doing a lot of shows in Japan, and really a lot, like multiple times a week, a lot. It's small shows, but the fact that they are active and that their company is obviously like trying makes me optimistic. Then we have itzy, and actually I've made a change in my itzy collection. Heartbreaking, but I decided to stop collecting yeojin. You've probably noticed by now that I don't really often collect only one member for a group. I'm just like, yeah, when I said that I was bonkers bananas. But well, I still collect chaeyeon and I kept a lot of yeojin cards. It's just that I'm not like thoroughly collecting her. So we've got this page of first eras for chaeyeon, and then a page for her Guess Who cards, including like the limited and the pre-order card. A page for her Crazy in Love. I don't know how I could like already forget the name. Nothing. I need to reorganize this because I don't like that there's like one spot empty. Hold on, I'm just going to. Okay. So yeah, I need to put something in the middle, but that's Crazy in Love. And we've got a page with like a unit cards, because they used to have unit cards. I wish they do that again. And the little pre-order card for itzy. I did collect a few 85 sets for itzy because it's my favorite itzy era, and I kept those. And yeah, those are the yeojin cards that I kept. Basically, I kept my favorites. All the icy cards. Are we surprised? And yeah, a few here and there for eras, and we've got a few more here. I decided to keep those Sinara pre-order benefits because Yuna is my third bias, and I like having like 3 of them. And yeah, those are the cards I'm keeping for Crazy in Love. I have 2 on the way actually. I have 2 at Bye because I bought them before I decided to stop collecting her. And I don't know if I'm going to keep them or what. I'll decide once I have the cards. Then after that we've got my weekly collection. A bit bittersweet really. You're probably aware by now that Chaeyeon has left the group. She has been in and out of hiatus for a while now, so yeah, she decided to leave the group to take care of her mental health. I'm really happy she could make that decision and do what's best for her. I am, however, a bit sad. Jiyoon was my first bias in Weekly, and one of the reasons I was really pulled into the group. I just wish her the best, and I hope we can see her doing music again, because as you may know, she produced a few songs for Weekly, and it's obvious that music was really a passion for her. So yeah, I hope she can still follow her dreams. As you can see, for Weekly, I collected 3 members, Jiyoon, Sohun, and Jihan. So this is for their first era, the second era, with a few pops that I got through group orders and some full group cards. The third era, going on into the fourth. And then for Venpara, they had so many cards for Venpara, I really didn't really know what to do, and I kept like pushing off my decision. So yeah, I don't have a lot of things. I don't have any of Jiyoon's cards, but I do plan to get cards for her. I think what I'm going to do is get like 4 cards for each girl. Or yeah, I'm not sure. I'm just going to try to find sets, and then go from there. But well, I have yeah, that's Soon's platform album card. I didn't really know how to like store them, so I just put them here. Then I have this page of Jiyoon pops. So in the very first era of Weekly, you wouldn't believe this, but I thought like that I wanted to collect the pops, and yeah, for We Are they only had those 2, and for Weekend they only had those 3, if I remember correctly. This card was from the first season's greetings. It all went downhill from here. As you may know, now Weekly have in January it's like it's like 30 cards, 30 pops per era. So yeah, no, I'm not doing that. But I kept this page of Weekly of Jiyoon's pops, and I'm planning on getting like 3 others to fill the page. And I've got this page also of So and pops. And same thing, I'm planning to like get one from their very first era and one from Venpara. I'll see. I'll keep like buying cards that I really like, basically. This set was a set they released for their first anniversary. I bought it actually because someone was selling the Weekly collection, and yeah, before Jiyoon left the group, and I'm really glad I grabbed that set, because yeah, it's so cute. And I also got from the same merch thing the little ID cards. Then we've got a few bigger inclusions. That was the postcard that came with the first season's greetings, yeah. And then those came with one of the album We Play, and the big card that came with Play Game Holiday. I don't know why, but I really like the mood in these cards. So yeah, I got them. And they also add those little bookmarks. Now we have my second binder that is like miscellaneous groups. Mostly girl groups again. First we have From Is9. They've announced their comeback, and I'm really excited to collect their comeback. It looks really good. I'm really excited by what we've seen so far. So for From Is9, I collect Gyuri. As you can see, I'm collecting all of her past eras. For more recent eras, they've had like a lot more cards and often cards that are a bit similar, so I didn't get everything, but yeah. Talk and Talk cards with the little pop they only did one fan site for Talk and Talk. Their Midnight Guest album. Basically for Midnight Guest, I joined a group order for Curious card, and I did something that you all should really not do, is put my second bias as my second choice. The problem is that the group order manager didn't get a lot of Guri. It's not their fault. It's not their fault, obviously. But since they didn't have Guri, they gave me a lot of Nakion cards, as you can see, and I can't get rid of them. Look at her. Her cards are so cute, so I just kept what I got. I'm not going to like really collect that era. For next era, I'll collect really curious cards, but for this era, I decided to just keep what I got. And here we have like some of the bigger inclusions. First, non-girl group you're seeing. Yeah, you haven't seen any men yet. One of my collection is wayv. For wayv, my bias is Kun, so it's the main like focus of my collection. There was also a point when I wanted to collect Ten and Yang Yang, and I kind of gave up on that, but don't really. But they're not active, so like I don't know what to do. So yeah, we'll see. For now, we've got mostly Kun's older era cards. For Kun, I really collected everything. I really struggled to find those two cards, so yeah. I just set up what I had to look nicely, and I'm not going to try to collect more, you know. Same as this page. I really like this card. Yeah. And this is their kickback cards. I really like Ten's kickback cards. So yeah, I can't get rid of them or anything. I love those cards too much. And this is for Universe, so I only got Kun's 2 card, and I got his SMCU card. I'm not going to get the others Universe cards, but when the wayv has a comeback, if that ever happens, I'll collect Kun, Ten, and Yang Yang there. We've got this little page for a few non-album Kun cards that I have, and this set that came with one of the photo books that I bought for them, and then a bunch of bigger inclusions, mostly from photo book and everything. Yeah, the wayv situation is a bit. And yeah, so not much on the wayv front, honestly. We're starving. Another big part of my collection is my OT4 card collection. Cards are coming back in June the 22, so right after I leave for my trip, of course. I considered card one of my old groups for very long, and I don't really know if they still are. I don't really know what to do with my card collection, and yeah, I'm going to leave it at that for now. If you know why, you know why. Yeah, I guess I don't really want to talk about that here, but it's a bit of a, yeah. So I don't have every one of their cards because some of their older cards, especially for those eras, are really hard to find, but, which is why I combine them on the same page. But yeah, for Red Moon, I have everything, and for Way with Words, I also got everything, and 2 of their fan sign sets, and for the bigger inclusions, I also got everything, which was quite difficult. redebut. Then after card we move on to yukika. Yukika that hasn't been active for a while, got to announce that she's going to get married, which is honestly so nice. I really hope she's very happy. So we've got here some other cards from her time about Ira, the little ID that I got in her Soul Lady album. And the MMT cards. Yeah, my music taste cards, those little things, the stickers from Soul Lady. I just combine everything to save a bit of space, and then we've got the postcards she has released, and this thing from Soul Lady that is, I think they called it a book cover, but yeah. And then last but not least, we've got Shinee. It's a bit of a situation because it's just like the big shiny inclusions, I guess. So yeah, the big things that I got in their albums or with their season's greetings. I got, as you can see, this big A4. So yeah, a bit random, I guess, but I didn't really know how to organize that. So yeah, I guess it's mostly album, it's mostly collection, except Promise 9 that aren't very active. And welcome now that they're going to have a comeback. One of the members was in the military, which is why they weren't really active for a while. Let's move on to the last of my big binders. So one of the big changes in my collection is that I gave this group its own binder, and it's Monsta X! Yeah, I did mention at the beginning of the video that I now consider Monsta X an old group. I feel like I've talked a lot about Monsta X on this channel. When the channel started, I was just buying albums and not collecting, and then I did a big video about starting to collect them, and here we are now. Honestly, are we surprised that a group I have so many cards for is like maybe an old? My Monsta X collection is a bit complicated, however, so let's look at that. Overall, my Monsta X collection is something that is like that I want to work on slowly. My main bias is Shonu. He's in the military right now, so I know he's not going to release anything for a while, which is why I'm like taking my time. The first thing I want to collect is like his cards, starting from the beginning, and yeah, I've got a big set of his cards coming from Byte. So yeah, for now I don't have a lot of his older cards. I've set up, you see, pages with like one card on it, but yeah, I counted like how many spaces I needed, but that's the part just about Shonu. We've got a lot of the rest. So I decided to collect the clan part 1, the 2 sets of cards. Right now I just have chaeyeon that I pulled in my album, but I have a few of the cards on the way. So that's the first set, and the second set I'm planning to collect all those cards. When I started to collect Monsta X, I started by collecting Shonu and Juhon, starting from Follow Era, which is why I have both of their cards, and that's what I've been doing for a while. As you can see, I also did that for Fantasia. Get this chaeyeon card. For wonho, the goal is kind of to collect a full 9 page of his cards, but sometimes I kind of like took too long to do that, and his cards are a bit hard to find. For this era, his first 2 era, I'd say, yeah, now the cards are a bit hard to find, so yeah. Another thing I decided is to collect like fully Fatal Love, because it's my favorite Monsta X album, and it's really the era that got me like really into them, you know. So yeah, I'm trying to do that. Honestly, it's really hard. I don't see like Fatal Love cards up for sale that much, or they're pretty expensive because it was a full album, so it was expensive, and it was before they had a lot of pubs and everything and fansign on video calls. So yeah, not ideal. So for now, I have all of Shonu's, all of Juwon's cards, and that's it pretty much. I have one mini card. And yeah, that's all the progress I've made since I've made this decision. I'm also trying to find like sets, you know, buy multiple cards at once to like, so that it would cost a bit less. You've noticed now that I've like sorted everything in order and not separated wonho from Monsta X's release, but yeah. So it's taken a rise. As I mentioned, I've struggled a bit to find like the other cards, and it's a bit low priority because like now I'm so behind, I might as well like focus on other things first. We've got No Limits, no, One of a Kind, I'm stupid, One of a Kind. I pulled this Youngwon card twice actually, you know, 2 cards stuck together, so it was destiny. I was meant to keep one for myself, but yeah. Wonho's Blue Letter, and as you can see, I did finish the set this time. Well, but a full page. I'm not getting all these cards, yes, so many. And then Rush Hour, since Shonu had enlisted by then, I only collected 200 cards. As you can see, I got his jewel, it's that one, his jewel case card, 4 units, and his 4 other cards. It fits perfectly, and I really like how this page looks. So I'm not touching anything. We've got a few of Wonho's Obsession cards. I actually have those 3 spots already done. I have cards at surprise, bye. I've been hoarding cards at bye since March. So yeah, there's a lot of things that are like really old in there, but yeah, I'm finished with that. And then we arrive at Shape of Love. For Shape of Love, I decided to collect a full group, so 5 members. I found someone that was selling a bunch of cards on Insta for pretty cheap, so I got everything that I could from them. And I'm just missing 4 normal album cards. So here I'm just missing Youngwon. This set I have complete. Feels good. Feels organic. Here I'm missing Youngwon again, sadly. And here I'm missing Juhan and Champion. So not too bad. Not too bad. This size special edition, but I'm planning on getting the jewel cases cards. We'll see that after I've got the other cards. And same with these, I'm planning to get them at some point and get the other unit cards. It's just the one that I put in the copy that I bought. I don't know what I'll do about the stickers. We'll see. I want to try to find like sets on Mercari Japan, you know, of like unique cards with those cards, and one of the cards I'm missing, maybe stickers. We'll see what I find. Now the order is going to be a bit make less sense, but we've got a page of water pops that I have. Yeah. Then we've got some unit cards. I love their unit cards so much. When I started collecting Monsta cards, I was going crazy, going feral buying those, but I slowed down, but yeah, I like them a lot. Same with these. I'm not planning on getting every unit card for like Shonu, because it's too many, and I prefer just buying cards that I really like, you know. For Fantasia, I collected a full 9 page of cards. I did the same with one of a kind. I'm probably going to get the Rush Hour cards that I don't have, unit cards that I don't have at some point. And yeah, I'm getting also the unit cards for their recent comeback, Shake All Love. I just love unit cards in general, if you haven't noticed. This page is more like random fatal of things, so I got one copy from K-Town for you, so I've got your ones, K-Town for you Bobs, those big cards for Shono and Kian, and like lenticulars. It's Juhan, Shono. I don't know how well you can yeah. It's Juhan, Shono, and Juhan. And yes, I have 3 of those for Juhan, and yeah. I will probably have more by the time I've finished the Fatal Love collection. This page is a bit like random too, but it's their American cards and their Japanese cards. I don't collect those, I just keep what I get. And this is a page for random cards that I pulled in my albums and I am keeping. Okay, this is the wonho's first Winnie fanship kit, the cards that came with it. This one is so cute. I'm never letting it go. And a few random merch cards that I bought for monsta. So those were from the Coma and Siesta photo book. I have one of those. And those were like FanCon, Monsta X University. Yeah. When Shonu left for the military, I was going through it, so I bought those. The little stickers that come with Shine Forever, since they are photocard size, I put them here. And then a few big inclusions. They have so many things. I don't collect big inclusions, but generally, when you buy cards on Mercari Japanese sellers are trying to shove in there like as many of their big inclusions as they can, so you end up getting them anyway. And yeah, and wonho has a lot of big stuff too. It's I don't know what to do with all of that, but yeah, I haven't put in the things I got for Obsession yet, even. I have so much. And some things that came with Coma and Siesta again. So that's it for the big binders. I really hope I didn't forget one. Let's look now at my A5. Okay, so now we're on A5 binders. I have, as I've mentioned, zoomed in. This first one is very specific. It's the last one for the last binder of my Loona collection for the last concert they released. Trading cards, and I've put them in this binder. As you have seen, I already have so much in my other binders, so I thought, since I knew I wanted to collect everything, I decided to put it here. So we start with the unit cards, and I'm almost done with these. And now the members cards. So Yeojin, this is one of the cards I'm meeting. Yeojin, Asol, Yeojin, another one of the 2 cards I'm meeting. If you have this Yeojin card, it's the one where she's blonde, and this Yeojin card, it's the one where she has a beret. Please DM me, please contact me. If you want to sell one of these cards, contact me on Instagram. I will do anything to get those cards. But then we have Vivi, Kim Lip, Jinsoul. This one is a Bai, Shoeri, Eve, Shu, Gowon, and Olivia. And you can see a bit, but I also have my Animal Crossing amiibo cards behind. But yeah, I do plan on putting For example, the cards that will come with their Orbit 4.0 cage. Basically, every time I'll get in the future a T12 set, I'll put it in here. Now we move on to this binder. I mentioned that eunbi used to be in an A5 binder, and it was that one. So I took her out of here. And the eyes on binder you saw before used to be really bigger, and it was a bit too full, so I got some things out of there and put them here. Obviously, a group with 12 members is ideal for A5 binder. 12 or I guess also 8 members too. So this is for eyes one, so the OT12 set that I have, but also for the other girls other than eunbi, like this is where I keep like all their new releases. So first we've got, oh yeah, I also put like the few random trading cards that I had for Chaeyeon and hitomi. And then we've got a few T12 sets. I tried to mix up like how I set them up, but yeah. I really like how this looks overall. So the first section, it's not going to move at all. Then we've got a little divider for the second part. For this part, it's about the soloist. So for now, we've got Yuri here with the cards I have for first album Glassy. I have 2 other cards on the way, which is why I left 2 spots empty. Then we've got Chaeyeon's cards. I only got the normal version. So for now, I just have those 2. And recent addition, I have Yena's cards. And whenever I get my hands on Yuri's album, I will add them here. Then another divider for IVE. So this is where I keep my IVE cards. I collect Liz and Yeojin. I also got cards because I really like them. And yeah, I'm not done with Love Dive. For now, I just have Yeonjin set and another divider. I'm planning on putting the Seraphim here, but I haven't bought the album yet, and I don't have any card. You're allowed to make fun of me, but honestly, the member I really want to collect is Sakura. So yeah, her cards are probably like the hardest to find, maybe with Kazuha and J1, so yeah. But well, it is very full, but I'm counting on the fact that this part won't move at all, and this part, you know, isn't really big. I don't think soloist, especially because I don't get like every card for the soloist, it's not going like to move a lot. And yeah. And last but not least, my last little A5 binder. It's mostly collection that like I felt like were small enough to fit in here. First we have aespa, who have announced a comeback, so I'm really excited to see that. As you can see, I collect Ning. I just got her selfie cards and not like the holographic cards they did. So I'm waiting to see like what the cards look like to to choose with what I will collect for their comeback. I also got one of her SMCU cards. Then after that, in the same section, because SM, we've got my shiny photo cards. So yeah, albums and solo, some merch cards, and some like random cards that came as inclusions. Then, after this divider, we've got Hongjun cards. I have a few of his cards at Myokyo, but honestly, his collection is going really, really slowly. As you may have noticed by now, I have a lot of things going on, like photocard-wise, so yeah, I don't have a lot of time to collect these. But yeah, the size of this collection is really not proportionate to the amount of time I spend thinking about him. I'm a bit in love with him, I think. It's embarrassing, but yeah. Then after this divider, it's really one page, but well, it is a lot of cards, it's going to grow. After this one page, we've got secret number. For a while, I didn't really know what to do with secret number. I used to collect Denise, so after she left the group, I really didn't know where to go. I really love their comeback. I'm going to buy the albums and see and see what I put. I will probably add my pulls right after this. Another divider for another section that is like more miscellaneous cards, I guess. These few cards from one of my favorite soloists, wayv. She only has released one album physically, and those were the cards that were on there. A few cards that I got from albums that I bought from Sunmi and Yona. Cards that I got in Chunga's album. My very small Cherry Bullet collection. And my very small Oh My Girl collection. And my very small Everglow collection. For the last few ones, it's for Oh My Girl and Everglow, it's because I don't buy all of their albums, so yeah. The collection doesn't really move. But yeah, we've been through everything. I can't believe it. I'm a bit out of breath. So, I know that was a lot, so I'm going to put, as I've mentioned, timestamps so you can jump like between sections. Let me know what you're collecting and what comebacks you're excited about, because there's a lot like happening in June and July, so yeah, let me know. Thank you a lot for watching. I'll see you very, very soon. Bye.